Hello, my name is Bami Park, and today I will present my individual research project, PathLet, Your Path, Your Pace. PathLet is an explainable AI interface for personalized academic journey planning. The core premise is simple. Students should know what to do first, understand why, and stay in control. So, this project is not just about creating another planner. It explores how AI can support academic planning in the way that is transparent, understandable, and editable by the student. Yes, the main problem focused on that students often know their deadlines, but still struggle to decide what to do first. The university life students usually managing several tasks in the same time, such as quizzes, report reading, reflections, and group work. A platform like Canvas can show what is due, but it does not always help students decide which task should receive attention first. This becomes more difficult when several factors overlap. Students may have a deadline, overload, role confidence, group dependency, planning uncertainty. For example, a quiz due soon, but group report may also need attention because teammates are waiting. The simple task list cannot always explain which one should come first. So my design problem is how can an AI study planner help students prioritize tasks while keeping the reasoning visible and editable? There are already many planning tools, but they do not fully serve academic prioritization for students. Canvas is useful for tracking course information, assessment, and deadline. However, it mainly tells students what is due, but what they should prioritize first. And my study life is closer to student planner because it supports timetables, exams, homework, and reminders, but the prioritization is still most manual. And Motion and Recom AI provides strong automation. They can schedule tasks and organize calendars, but they are general productivity tools rather than student-centered academic planners. So the key gap is that these tools do not strongly combine academic context, explainable recommendation, and user override. This is where PathLet is positioned. This comparison shows how PathLet differs from Motion, Recom AI, My Study Live, and UTS Canvas. Motion and Recom AI are strong in auto planning and they can help users organize tasks and schedule, but they are not designed especially for student assessment planning. And My Study Live and Canvas are useful for assessment tracking. They help students record or view academic tasks, but they do not provide explainable AI prioritization. PathLet focuses on the missing area: student context explainable AI transparency, and human override. All of that. So the key difference is this. Most tools have student track or schedule tasks. PathLet focuses on why the task is prioritized and how the student can change it. From the comparison, I identified 3 main gaps. The first gap is black box planning. AI may suggest a task or organize a schedule, but the reasoning is not always clear to the student. The second gap is weak student context. Many tools rely heavily on deadlines or calendar availability. But academic planning also depends on confidence, workload assessment weight, and preparation gaps. The third gap is limited override. In real academic situations, students may need to change their plan because of group work, personal circumstances, and changing priorities. PathLet reported to these gaps by combining explainable AI, human in the loop, student-specific academic context. PathLet is grounded in four research directions. The first is explainable AI. This supported the idea that AI recommendations should be understandable, not just technical generated. For PathLet, this means students should not only see the recommendation task but also understand why it was recommended. The second is human in the loop AI. This means the AI should support human decision making rather than place it. In PathLet, students can review the AI plan, edit it, and save an updated version. The third area is trust and perceived control. Transparency can affect whether users trust and accept AI recommendations. If a student understands the system and can correct it, the AI may feel more useful and less controlling. The first area is the student planning. The time management is study planning remind important academic issues, especially when students are managing multiple assessments. The design implications is that the PathLet should be a small MVP focused on explanation and user interventions rather than full automatic planning. PathLet is a student-centered AI study planner that explains, not just automates. It has three core values. First, understand and prioritize. Students can see why they should focus on first. Second, know why. This system explains why the AI made that recommendation. Third, stay in control. Students can edit and update the plan. This is the main position of PathLet. Most AI planners tell users what to do, but PathLet also explains why. So PathLet is not designed to replace student decision making. It gives a reasoned strong point, and the student keeps the final decision. Let's move to how AI works in the prototype. PathLet is AI plan based on two input layers. The first layer is weekly check-in. Here, this captures the student's current personal context, such as workload, stress level, and confidence, and weekly priority. The second input layer is assessment setup. This captures assessment detail, like due date, weight, and difficulty, and missing part. These inputs are then used to create an AI recommendation. The A prioritizes study plan with regions and the editable order. The important point is that PathLet does not link tasks only the deadline. It combines deadline information with student context. So, if a task is urgent, the student has raw confidence, and the task has academic impact, PathLet can recommend it first. But if the student has extra real life context, they can still edit the plan. Yeah, this slide shows the end-to-end conceptual flow of the prototype. At the end of this page, I cannot zoom in the every screen. If you want to detail, you can access my PDF file and you can see the detail. Yeah, the first the first flow starts with weekly check-in, where the student enter personal context. Then the student review my task and enter assessment detail is assessment setup. After that, PathLet generated an AI plan result. The student can then open why this first to understand the recommendation. If the student disagrees or has extra context, they can use edit plan here to override the order. Finally, PathLet shows the updated plan and saved it to save dashboard. So the core flow is input here and AI plan and explanation why and override updated plan. This slide focuses on the three key screens that shows PathLet's main contribution. The first screen is why this first. This is the explainable AI screen. It gives a planning language explanation of why the task was prioritized. For example, the database quiz may be recommended first because it is urgent, the student has real confidence, and has academic impact. The second screen is Edit My Plan. This is the human in the loop screen. The student can override the AI recommendation when real academic context changes. The next is updated plan. This confirms the revised order and explaining that change. Together, these screens show the PathLet is not just automatic planning. The support a decision-making process where AI gives a recommendation, the student understands it, and the student can change it. It also conducted a short formative user test with 5 participants. The test focused on clickable PathLet with flow from weekly check-in to save the dashboard. The main focus was input clarity, AI explanation, and user control. The first finding is that participants who had used planner and task management tools before understood the flow quickly. However, some participation without planner experience hesitated more along the assessment setup screen. This means that the basic flow works, but the input stage needs clear guidance. For example, future versions could include a sample answer or short explanation of why each input matters. The second finding is that some users ask why AI needed if the user can still edit the plan. This was user feedback. Because I clarified PathLet's role, AI should be framed as a decision support, not as a final decision maker. The third finding was positive. The why this first screen helps explaining reasoning, and Edit My Plan screen shows user control. So this key takeaway is that PathLet needs clear onboarding, but the explainable AI and human in the loop direction is veiled. Mhm. From an industry perspective, PathLet can offer to both individual students and university. For student, the main value is mobile-first access. Students already manage many parts of their study life through their phone. So PathLet can support planning in the more accessible way. For the university, the opportunity is LMS integration. Canvas already stores assessment details and deadline, but students still need help turning that information into action. PathLet could add an AI planning layer on the top of existing LMS data. There is also student support value. If designed ethically, PathLet could help surface workload pressure and planning needs earlier, using urgent-gated and privacy-safe insight. The key industry opportunity that PathLet is not just another to-do list. It is an explainable academic planning layer that connects LMS tracking with AI assist student support. PathLet also has business potential. The first possible model is freemium. Students should use budget planning and weekly check-in feature for free. The second model is premium AI, and third model is university license. Yes. The future analytic-based could also provide urgent student support insight for authorized staff. However, this would need strong privacy protection and should not expose individual student data without consent. So, the business value comes from combining student-facing planning support with institutional interest in student success. PathLet should support students' decision-making, not place it. There are four main ethical concerns and limitations. First, privacy. Student workload, confidence, and stress are sensitive data. And the second is over-reliance. Students may follow AI recommendations without critical reflection. Third, the current AI is simulated. The recommendation rules is static and hard-coded, which is treatable for the prototype, but not enough for real deployment. Finally, there is a risk of bias, mismatch, and limited testing. Different students may need different planning logic depending on their study habit, work commitment, language background, or accessible needs. So, PathLet is promising, but it needs careful development, boarding tests, and stronger integration before real-world use. In conclude, PathLet is not just a planner. It is explainable and editable AI study support. The first contribution is student-centered input. The second contribution is explainable recommendation. The third contribution is human control. The final message is simple. AI gives a legend start point, but the student keeps the final decision. That is the core value of PathLet, supporting students with AI while keeping academic planning transparent, understandable, and editable. Thank you.